Long ago, in a small village surrounded by palm trees and red earth, there lived a young man named Toby, son of Papa and Mama Noji. From the day he was born, Toby's heart was like the morning sun, warm, bright, and full of life. He was loved by many, for his laughter could scatter sorrow like dry leaves before the wind. He shared his food with the hungry, his coins with the poor, and his time with anyone who asked. In every gathering, his name was sung like a song, or Toby, our brother, our helper. But in this world, my child, even sweetness can attract flies. The friends who surrounded Toby were not drawn by his goodness, but by his giving. They came to his house when the pot was full, but vanished when it was empty. They praised him loudly in public but mocked him quietly in corners. Toby did not see this, for his heart was clean like a calabash washed in the river. One evening, as the moon rose above the village, Mama Noji called her son. She placed a hand on his shoulder and said, "My son, listen well. A friend who eats with you only when the soup is rich will not walk with you when the yam is raw. These people you call friends, their loyalty ends where your gifts stop." But Toby laughed. "Mama," he said, "you don't understand. My friends love me. They've been with me through everything." Papa Noji, who had been listening quietly, spoke like thunder after rain. "Toby, a man who carries everyone on his back will soon crawl. Choose your companions with eyes, not just with heart." But Toby, young and full of pride, stamped his foot. "I will not leave my friends. You people are too suspicious. The world is not as wicked as you think." The parents exchanged looks and sighed. Old people do not argue with the stubborn wind, they wait for the storm to teach. And so, life began to turn. Toby's business, once strong like a tall Iroko tree, began to wither. The money stopped flowing, and the laughter of his friends grew faint. One by one, they disappeared like footprints washed away by the rain. His phone, once busy with greetings and jokes, grew silent, as quiet as a graveyard at midnight. Then came sickness. Toby lay in his room, weak and trembling. He called the names of his friends, the same ones who once ate from his pot, who drank from his cup, but none answered. Not one came to see him. Days passed, and only his mother's knock broke the silence. She entered his room with slow steps, her wrapper rustling softly. Sitting beside him, she took his hand, that same hand he once used to give so freely, and whispered, "My son, do you see now? A drum that sounds only when beaten is not your companion, it belongs to the one holding the stick." Toby wept, and his tears fell like rain on the dry ground of wisdom. "Mama," he said, voice shaking, "you were right." She smiled gently. "You have learned, my child. But do not let bitterness grow in your heart. The fire that burned you must also light your path." From that day, Toby changed. He still smiled, but not to please the world, only to thank it. He still gave, but with discernment. His heart remained kind, but his eyes were open. And as the elders say, the one who has been bitten by a snake fears even the lizard. Toby learned that not all who walk beside you walk for you. Some walk only until the road grows rough. But those who truly love you, or those ones, even when the drum of fortune goes silent, they still dance beside you in the dust. Moral of the story: true friendship is not measured by how much you give, but by who stays when there's nothing left to take.